Hello, my dear students. This video is an initiative by Aspi Nutan Academy to promote learning in an interesting way. Now, we shall learn a topic that is essential and a basic ancient method of communication used by humans since time immemorial. Before we continue, I request you to keep a few things ready, such as an hour book and a pen. You must pause the video wherever instructed. Are you ready? Alright. Can you suggest means of communication used in earlier days? If yes, list them down in your hour book. Let's get started. Well done. Let's check the answers. Yes, you're right. One of the means of communication were through pigeon post. Pigeons were effective as messengers due to their natural homing abilities. The pigeons were transported to a destination in cages where they would be attached with messages. Then the pigeon would naturally fly back to its home. The next means of communication is the telegram, which is a message sent by a telegraph. People often said a telegram was sent by wire because the sender and the receiver of telegrams were connected by a wire. The electric telegraph has been around since the late 1800s. In the Civil War, important information was sent by telegram, which was the speediest means of communication then. Postcards. Postcards can also be used as a means of communication. There are two aspects of communication within a postcard. The front of the postcard contains the picture, which visibly shows where a person was. Most importantly, the back includes the writing. Postcards can be used to send a note to check up on someone or just say hello. Message in a bottle. A message written up on a scrap of paper, rolled up and put in an empty bottle and set adrift on the ocean. Traditionally, a method used by castaways to advertise their distress to the outside world. All this communication was in a written form called letters. The idea of sending important messages or communication through letters exists even today. It's time to celebrate and revive the handwritten letters. Letter writing is an essential skill. Despite the prevalence of emails, text messages, WhatsApp, Twitter, and FaceTime, though it is not as fast and easy as choosing one of those options, but waiting for a letter to reach, anticipation, waiting for their reaction, it is 1,000 times more meaningful. A keyboard cannot do what an ink and a paper can do to you. I am sure you agree. And there are many questions in your mind as to how do we write a letter? Keep your writing tools ready and jot down the points. There are basically two kinds of letter written for the purpose of communication. First, the formal letter, and the next, the informal letter. Today, we shall be learning one kind of letter writing, that is, the informal letter, or we also call it as the friendly letter. Whom do we write informal letters to? Informal letter or friendly letter is written to somebody that you know, such as pen pals, friends, family members, and relatives. But how to write a friendly letter is the next question that comes to your mind, isn't it? I will be explaining further, hence, keep your art books ready and jot down the points in it. Pause the video wherever required. What are some reasons for sending a friendly letter? Here are just a few more ideas. But before which, I want you to list down a few reasons in your art book. Let's check our answers. To what are some reasons for sending a friendly letter? To begin with, to share what you are learning in school, to send news about yourself or your family, to share something, inquire or inform, to give news of upcoming events, to accept or decline invitation, to ask questions or request something, to congratulate somebody, and many more. Just as our human body has different parts, informal letter can be divided into different parts. So, let's explore. There are 5 parts in an informal letter. Repeat after me. First, the heading. Second, greeting or the salutation. Third, the body. Fourth, the closing. And the fifth, the signature. Isn't it easy? Let's begin to understand the different parts of an informal letter in detail. Part 1. The heading. The heading usually includes the address and the date. This tells the reader when you wrote the letter. And where does it go? The heading goes to the top left corner of the page. Part 2. The greeting. The greeting is sometimes called a salutation. It is where you indicate the person you are addressing the letter to. Dear is a common greeting, but there are many others too. Can you think of a different greeting or salutation? If yes, jot them down in your art book. Here are a few examples. Hello, hi, hey, greeting. After the person's name, we always put a comma. For an example, Dear Mrs. Smith, after which we end it with a comma. Wasn't that easy? Part 3. The body. The body is the main part of the letter. This is where you write your message. Subjects to include in the body. Begin the informal letter stating very casually of the health of the person or state your reasons for writing. Expand on what you mentioned in the first paragraph. Make some concluding remarks. Invite the person to write back. It is important to keep the letter short in length. Now, I would like to discuss a few opening expressions that you could use to begin your letter with, such as, Thank you for your letter. How's everything going? How are you? Hope you are well. If you're responding to a news or making a comment, you can use statements such as, Your last letter was a real surprise. Or, I've just received your letter. I'm so happy or sad to hear that. It was lovely to hear from you. Or, sorry for not writing for so long. If you're replying or you have a purpose of writing a letter, you use statements such as, I'm writing to tell you about. I would like to give you some good news about maybe your baby sister, your visit to Paris, or a party that you had last week. These are some of the examples to begin your letter with. Part 4. The closing. The closing is a way you end your letter and say goodbye. Examples of concluding remarks are, Hope to see you soon. I can't wait to hear from you. Send my love to. See you soon. Here are some examples of complimentary closures, such as your loving son or daughter, yours affectionately or lovingly, your friend, best regards, best wishes. After closing, we always put a comma. Part 5. The signature. The signature tells who the letter is from. It is where you write your name. And where does it go? The signature goes after the closing at the very bottom of the letter. Let's put it together. The informal letter begins with the sender's address and the date, which is the heading, followed by the salutation, after which we have the body of the letter, followed by the concluding remark, the complimentary closure, and we end it with the signature. Isn't that easy? I hope it was quite easy and fun. Now, I expect you should definitely try writing letters more often. It will bring solace in company with some handwritten letters. As quoted by Susan Lendroth, "To write is human, to receive a letter is divine." Thank you and keep writing.